I would like to dedicate this inclusive story to the parents and family members of the visually impaired. And our four storytellers today are Dhanya, Dinesh, Suprita and Shanti.
I am Dhanya.
I met Dhanya at a computer training at Enable India in Bangalore. And she shared with us about the challenges she had to face due to her vision impairment.
According to me, in my case, it's a very frustrating thing being a VI is getting sympathy from our own parents. Because I am a late blind. When I was in 10th class, I lost my eyesight. At that time, everybody sympathized with me. Now she can't do anything. She's sitting. Even my mom and dad and my brother speaking someone, "Ayo, my daughter got this thing. Ayo, what can we do?" Something. I feel so bad, very bad. They started avoiding me because they can't adjust my blindness. That is a very horrible thing for me. Because before that, no, all things went on around me. But after becoming blind, they are not even caring me. They think that there is no such a person called Dhanya. Like that, I am very passive in that house. I want to treat me as a person, not as a VI.
Hi, I am Dinesh Tole from Pune.
Dinesh today lives independently in Bangalore. How was it to convince his parents to let him leave and start a new life?
Basically, it was difficult because they never left me alone and allowed me to travel independently using my cane or anything. I don't blame them. I mean, in the sense, they felt that because we are having all the facilities of car and everything, so they always provided the same to me, and they felt we should provide. So that actually restricted my traveling, and I could not move around freely independently. So that was always their concern, how you will move around, how you will go, because I was never allowed to do that. I mean, I'm staying alone for the first time now. Yeah.
And how is it? Do you like it?
Hey, fantastic. It's a great experience. I have friends, and one of the major things I wanted to learn was mobility, and now it is wonderful. I'm able to move around freely everywhere. I'm traveling independently. So that has brought about a major change in my life, actually, I would say. That this has been one of the turning points for me.
Hello everybody, this is Suprita.
Suprita comes from Jharkhand, and today she lives thousands of kilometers away from her parents and works at IBM.
India is a traditional country, so girls are supposed to get married at a certain point after completing their education and stuff, but I would say it totally depends on the mentality of your parents, how well you can convince your parents and request them if you want to study further or you want to go for a job. But it's changed a lot by now, and I'm very lucky to be a part of such a family which is very open-minded, and they really don't differentiate between a girl and a guy. That is how I got an opportunity to come out and be in a place very far away from my family, and put up myself alone, and then go manage working every day, go office and come home. So it's really very nice experience, I would tell you. And I did face a lot of challenge in coming out of my house. Of course, it took 2 years to convince my parents I can work alone, I can do it. But then they came down, they saw the place, they loved it, and it's only one step away. You need to explore things, and definitely I tell you, once if you convince your parents, it's not that tough for you to explore the world.
Hi, I'm Shanti Raghavan, founder and managing trustee of Enable India.
Shanti has changed hundreds of lives of visually impaired. Let's listen to the wise words she has to say after 12 years of her experience.
Treat the visually impaired person, the child or the adult, just like you treat others. What I mean by that is, have the same expectation. Tell them, "Bada banke tum kya banega?" What did I say? I said, when you become older, what are you going to do with your life? Come on, do something about it. Because that is what you will be telling your other child. When you don't say this to a visually impaired person, it is as if he doesn't exist. You don't tell that to a table or a chair. You don't tell anything to them, right? So what is the difference? If you truly, really have love, and I'm sure you do have love for your visually impaired child or adult, have the same expectation. Hold them to a higher standard, challenge them. Tell them to go out there, do all the things, because that really shows real love. Now obviously the second thing I would say is, for achieving this, you'll have to get a little less protective, and then maybe you have to think back to your own journey. What happened when you were growing up? Did everything come easy to you? Didn't you actually learn when you fell? Didn't you actually learn when you had problems? Why are you denying that to your child? Allow them to fall. Let them get, all the issues that you got. And when they get those experiences, they will be able to lead a full life with problems. The more problems, the better. The best gift you can give them is a bag full of problems that they get to solve.
Listen to more inclusive stories at inclusiveplanet.com/stories.